Infinite Nikki has destroyed their game. I don't know how, but they're just doing it. And I know coming off the whole thing with Black Beacon, it seems like a lot of these developers are just destroying their games, and I don't understand why. They seem to not want, for Black Beacon specifically, they don't really respect their Western player base, and for Infinite Nikki, it seems like they don't respect any of their player base. Chat, shout out to Stix, twitch.tv/Stix and Mrs. Stix. We're going to watch this video and see what he has to say.
4 days ago, Infinity Nikki players were...
So what I know about it so far is just that they've raised the pity and like the game just doesn't work. So let's watch this.
1.5 released, a brand new update, and it changed everything. And
chat, this changes sorry, I love saying that.
I'm
shit.
not
That's my favorite thing to say.
It changed everything. The perception
That's my favorite
of the
thing
game,
to say.
common perception, public perception of the game. It changed the intro where they retconned it entirely. I have a dedicated video going over all of this that I uploaded just earlier today, titled Infinity Nikki went full nuclear and deleted everything. I went over all the changes they made. I went over the alteration to the beginning of the game, which has been quite significant and incredibly disappointing.
That's absolutely love it.
They ruined what was a beautiful introduction to the game, a cinematic experience that was almost unparalleled for the gacha genre. Players are very upset. They started voicing.
Dude, goddamn, dude, it feels so bad because I actually have Infinity Nikki downloaded on my PC. It's actually in the list of games that I wanted to play. I was gonna go from PGR to Girls Frontline 2 to Infinity Nikki or somewhere in between that two, and then maybe like solo leveling Arise. It really sucks when games like this just like die off, because in my opinion, I think Infinity Nikki is probably one of the more visually beautiful games in terms of gacha. Like, obviously, because it's not a lot of combat and stuff like that, the end game is the dress to impress aspect of it. That game must visually be beautiful. Like, I watched Luna play it, and when Luna plays it, she zoomed in onto the player, or on Nikki. She zoomed into the dress, and the amount of detail in it is insane, dude. It's like probably more details than like Wuthering Waves.
Their concerns.
I used to play it, and then I just stopped.
Media,
no reason
on
though.
Reddit, on their Discord. I did the same. I called them out. The main objection here was the increase of pity to 220. I also did a dedicated video on the pity concerns and how players received that. The video from earlier today is already, I think, at almost 14,000 views, 13,000 views. Let's take a quick look. Sorry, it's at 12,000 views right now in a few hours. So evidently a lot of people were interested in it, but a couple days ago, I addressed the pity. We went over all of this. I have two separate videos. Both are going to hit over 30K over the course of the next couple days. So players are very upset.
Right.
And other players are curious as to what's going on. Fast forward a little bit here. Players took to Reddit. Players took to Twitter. And they started saying, you know what? We are going to take a stand. We are going to stand together in unison. Our brothers and sisters. Okay, wait, our brother, singular, one guy. I bet there's like one guy at least that plays the game.
Whoa, hey. Chat, I'm telling you, this game is full of nothing but muscular men, chat. I need to go get the meme. I don't have the meme on me right now, but I'll find it and I'll put it in the video right here. I'll put it right there. Gonna edit it in right there. That's the meme, chat. That's us when we play Infinity Nikki. We're just Giga Chads on our laptops, fingers too big to actually press any of the buttons, and that's us watching.
An army of sisters, and we're
I love dress up games for real. I would too.
The tyrannical, predatory.
Found the one guy.
And honestly,
chat, I'm the one guy.
Factor in
the weird part is the new players get subjected to both the retcons and the original intros during the tutorials, which is incredibly confusing. Dude, what? Wait, you still have to play it even though they retcon it? What the hell? Remember, you believe me if I said that my first wish in solo leveling Arise, I got a rate up banner character? Nice.
Change made to our game.
I would believe it because it happened to me in Black Beacon.
Because there is no other game out there.
And I
like
lost the
Infinity 50-50. An open world dress up gacha like that.
No, it's 70-30. I lost the 70-30.
As Infinity Nikki is, in its own respective way. They took a stand and they decided they were going to boycott purchases and a game. The devs here, they said no. They said no. They decided they were going to begin banning people on their Discord. They were going to begin banning people on their social media.
Chat. we can all chat. There's nothing better you could do for PR than trying to silence people. Surely there's no negative connotation that's going to happen from that, right? Surely people are just like, oh, I guess we can't talk about it. I guess we're just going to let it go.
They went as far as to censor the word
Average Reddit moment.
That is correct.
Average Reddit moment. Works every time.
Boycott. So players decided, oh, if they're gonna censor the word boycott, we're gonna coin the term girlcott, because they've banned boycott on all their official platforms.
Oh my god, chat. I hate to admit it. I just realized why they put it as girlcott from boycott. I think of I hear the word boycott so often. I don't think of the word boy in there. I hate it here. I hate it here.
Girlcott lasts until they fix all the issues and lower the pity system. Back to what it was. There's 4,000 upvotes, hundreds of comments. What about the term scam?
The conscious.
So very few people were covering the boycott. I think I am literally one of the only content creators that has covered the Honkai, or sorry, not Honkai, the Infinity Nikki drama.
Honkai Star. Sorry, go ahead.
I genuinely think that is the case. After I made a video,
and then I'm also covering it too, chat. Your streamer. I guess I'm gonna cover it too for the girly pops out there, for all my Giga Chad men who are fans of Infinity Nikki. I still think it is a gorgeous game, by the way. It's a great game.
I got comments like this. Thank you for being one of the few who are posting criticisms of Infold. Notice how we have to get our info about the Infinity Nikki drama from gacha, drama, or info channels instead of actual Nikki content creators.
Is there, chat, is there even Nikki? I mean, I don't want to say it like that, right? Because I don't want to be like, well, I'm just not in that space, right, chat? I'm usually over here in the big four, so I don't really know who are big Nikki channels. I think the only person I've even seen and heard of play Nikki are like Luna and then like Powberry. Shout out to Powberry, but I don't know who else plays that game around me specifically.
They don't want to lose the content creator status in the Discord team.
I've seen one.
They don't want to lose the free diamonds they get every update, like 20k, or the clout that and channel growth they get from being content creators for Nikki. One of them even made a community post admitting that they wouldn't speak on it. As a woman, I finally...
What are you, Ziox? Hello? Do you not... Chat, do I need to take over all these games? I don't really want to, but I can. Like, I had to take over and become the face of Genshin Impact because no one else was really talking about the strike things. I can do it for Infinite Nikki too, if need be. Like, if they're not gonna do it, someone's gonna do it, chat, and I'm more than happy to do it. I love talking bad about these companies. I never trusted a company a day in my life, chat. I'm all about it. But, like, dude, come on. If you have a community that stands behind you and stands behind this game that is screwing over your community in an egregious way where it's like this, where the game doesn't even function at this point, why would you not talk about it, bro?
I got a gacha game that was open world that catered to women in a girly girl cozy way, and it goes to crap. So I have gotten comments.
That's such a shame too, chat. Because, like, I don't even know what else is so, like, cozy and comfy like that, right? I'm trying to think of one, and I can't. A lot of it is, like, a lot of these gacha games are, like, post-apocalyptic games, except for, like, maybe Zelda Zone Zero. We already know how that's going. Unless we get the bulge jiggle, it's not really, you know what I'm saying? But still.
Just like that. I've had so many people tell me nobody is covering it. Nobody at all wants to cover the Infinity Nikki drama. I am the hero. I am the hero that you all did not want necessarily, but you ultimately ended up getting.
Hey, he's taking my whole speech. What the hell?
Welcome. Yeah. Yeah, the girl gacha game saved by Papa Stix.
Let's go.
So, I will admit though.
Chat, we love Papa Stix. Let's go.
I will show you the response I made, because I don't want to talk shit about other content creators, okay? So this is how I responded to every single person that called out other content creators. I said, and I firmly believe this, I understand why other content creators do not want to cover the drama. This is their game. The unfortunate byproduct of being a specific game content creator, such as an Infinity Nikki creator, a Honkai Star Rail creator, a Wuthering Waves creator, rather than a variety game content creator, which is what I am, I cover everything, is that if something happens to your game, you lose your career and your audience. So if you are an Infinity Nikki content creator, and you do all these great Infinity Nikki videos, and then suddenly all this drama starts happening, and you're like, no, fuck Infold and Infinity Nikki, you're gonna lose your audience. You're gonna lose your contact in Infinity Nikki. You're gonna lose your channel
that's true.
and your career. You do not want to.
That's true. I guess it does suck thinking about like these people who do make content around this games that are like partnered or like being sponsored by this game. Dude, imagine just like losing that source of income. That's I don't want to say a guaranteed source of income, but like that's an income that you can at the very least look forward to if it doesn't work out in, say, like in terms of like AdSense and stuff like that, or viewers or subs or anything like that. So I can kind of see why they're just like kind of waiting a sec for what maybe the company is going to say, or whether they're just not going to talk about it at all. I guess at that point it does make sense. Like me, who's not really sponsored by anybody, I could just kind of talk shit about everybody. I'll do it when it needs to be. Like Black Beacon, that bridge is burnt. There's no way I'll ever get a Black Beacon sponsorship, because I just straight up talked about them the whole time about what they've been doing. So it's like, yeah, if I lose the Black Beacon, if I don't play Black Beacon anymore, that just means I get more time on like PGR.
Burn your channel.
All eggs in one basket type shit. Yeah, but it's like
Papa Stix. This is why y'all follow me. I am more than happy to talk shit about any company in any game if it is warranted.
Sean, I heard
because
about
I cover a ton of different games, and I, as the god that I am not beholden to the same concerns.
Is Stix the actual god of gachas? I think so.
That other gacha content creators, or even just gaming content creators in general, are, because they don't want to lose that relationship they have. So I do not blame content creators that do not want to address it. I don't. They don't want to lose everything that they have made. So I get it. I don't want to, I want to criticize them for doing this. They do not deserve it. Now, if they defend the company, that's different.
That's,
if you're going to defend
go.
scummy practices like this,
then,
yeah, you deserve
something
to be
bad
called
about.
Out. But if you just don't want to cover it, that is fine. You're not obligated to. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys,
I wonder what's EOS first, Black Beacon or Infinity Nikki?
Thank you all enough for the support.
I gotta imagine Black Beacon, because Infinite Nikki is on like 5 patches, I think.
And I've been covering every stage of the development over the course of the last several days. But I'm just one guy, and I only have so much reach, right? My reach is very limited, and the coverage I can give is still very limited. So the devs were like, let's censor everything we can. Let's ban everyone we can, because, you know, there's just that one dickhead over there, Stix, that's covering it. He's inconsequential. But then this happened. Other websites started covering the drama.
I mean, okay, whatever. I hate Vice, but if Vice is gonna cover it, whatever,
websites started covering it.
It came after Kirsche, bro. I like Kirsche.
The attention of other gaming websites. They are covering it now. This is not something that the devs can now hide.
What is
this
this
becoming a mainstream topic. More people are discussing it. More threads are being made on Reddit. More news websites are covering it. This has become a mainstream topic. The drama is now being covered by everyone. It's being seen by a global audience and more eyes than ever. What this means is at this juncture, they cannot hide from what they've done. They cannot attempt to obscure the damage or the impact it is having on its players. Because
I think that's why a lot of these games can and do that stuff where they just like screw over a certain section of the player base, like with, of course, Black Beacon. It's because, what's it called? It's because of the fact that there's not a lot of coverage on it. Like if, say, I'm trying to think of a game. Brown Does 2. If Brown Does 2 does something that's like terrible for the game, you're not really gonna hear about it unless someone like Stix or Tectone talks about it, right? Because it's like there's not much content coming out about it, so they can kind of get away with this stuff, especially over here in the West.
There's too many people now know it exists.
And
as a direct result, chat, of all of this drama, yesterday
So it's
Chat,
both gone just wrong in a
yesterday,
snapshot. That's funny.
Infinity Nikki was rated 3 stars on Google yesterday. It used to be over 4 stars on Google. Y'all want to know what Infinity Nikki is rated today? Look at that.
It's at
right
2.8.
That is laughable. This is now one of the
Wow.
worst rated gacha game releases in years.
Damn.
Oof.
Oh, hell no.
Oh my god. I genuinely cannot believe how far this game has fallen. This was a monolith. Every woman I know loved this game. Mrs. Stix, my wife, loved this game. Look.
I think it's such a bad thing to just. It's like running a race and then you trip yourself. Why? Why would you do that? You're the only one there. You're the only one in the race. Why would you mess that up? It would have printed money if all you did was just did the same thing you always did. Like, come on, man. Black Beacon's rating is worse than 2.2 stars, and they deserve every one of those stars that they lost. I want that to be completely. I want this to be completely clear. Infinity Nikki and Black Beacon deserve every rating that they get. If they go down to 1.0, I want you to know that that is even too good for them.
Look at this catastrophe. Mrs. Six is in chat right now mourning the death of one of her favorite games, or what was one of her favorite games.
Goodbye game.
The starting story was fine and was nice as hell. They pooped on my game. It was corny but so good.
It was corny but so good.
Taking such a
I
good
thought it was
game
good. I like the
and then
puzzles
just
of it. It looked really
destroying
cute.
it in every conceivable way. Like, what did they do? Increase pity. That's a big fuck you to all their players.
That's a
retconned
no-go.
the story. They decide they're gonna make alterations to the game that players don't want. They introduce new cash up items like that bathtub at a discounted rate. They have tons of bugs. They start banning people, anyone talking negatively about anything going on. They lock down their social medias. They start banning words, prohibiting words.
Oh.
Let's go ahead and see how the Steam release is doing. I can't imagine it's doing too well. Yep, still mixed. 54% positive.
Damn.
It's barely above half. God damn.
What is it on Steam DB? Does he show Steam
Horrible.
DB?
Maybe the CEO started developing the game. Yeah. So can you guys believe that?
Is this did they, the
month,
EA
like,
take over, or
literally
what
1
happened?
month ago, Hoyo was considered to be the most predatory, absurd, hated gacha studio, and then
It's not a good sign when Honkai Star Rail and their paid event looks better than your entire game. That's not
and then,
good.
You know what? Black Beacon came along and was like, nah, let me show you guys how it's done. And then Infinity Nikki saw what Black Beacon did, and they went, wow, Black Beacon is going hard. Everyone is hating that game. Let's show Black Beacon how it's done. Let's make it even worse.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's so
It's a
stupid.
hold my beer moment.
Hold my beer.
Y'all want to know the absolute insanity behind all of this from the perspective of a player? Okay, I made a tweet about this because I found it so disturbing, like genuinely disturbing on a personal level.
Oh, for the least.
Okay, I was so disturbed by what happened that I had to take to Twitter to talk about it.
I'm
Here
so glad he
is
showed
one
for
of
releases
the many
cheeks.
comments I have received on my Infinity Nikki coverage.
Let me see this. Players are overreacting. We get lots of free outfits. The problem they... Chat, did I read that wrong? No. Players are overreacting. We get lots of free outfit. The problem they want everything free. Stop crying. This will not make me quit the game because of the stupid drama. Grow up, people. They need to make money to have new story zones. No money. Brother, you have a monopoly on the girly pops. What do you need? What else do you want, bro? You could. There is. This is a fact. There is no game slated for 2025 to come out that will even contend with Infinity Nikki. If you want to say Azure Pamelia, I don't even think that does, because that's more of a Gooner game than anything. It's an Azure Lane game, so obviously. But dude, you can't be. You're trolling. This is trolling, Chad. This has to be trolling.
Okay, I want you to take a minute
That comment
here
ain't true. What's up,
and
Mega?
try to attempt
Idiot
to
alert.
process the kind of brain rot some of these people are suffering from. Okay, like read this. No, let me read it to you.
Does he play Hoyo games? Kind of feels like it.
Players are overreacting. We get lots of free outfits. The problem is that they want everything for free. Stop crying. This will not make me quit the game because of a stupid drama. Grow up, people. They need to make money. This billion-dollar company needs to make money, okay? And they need that to have stories. News out. No money. People will cry if there's no content, okay? You have to grow up.
Drinking that,
you love the voice. I mean,
sucking
that's
up
how I
that
assume they
copium.
sound. Even got his voice. I did. Yeah, I know. This hit the nail right on the head. Yep.
Thanks, Eric. We're glad for your input, Eric. I'm sure you play this game a lot. Yeah.
This chat is one of many, many reasons why Infinity Nikki is allowed to get away with what they're doing. This right here, this guy.
I play Hello Kitty Island
86 Eric G. That guy right there. That guy and many other
Shout
people
to Eric.
are allowing them to get away with their hypocritical, arrogant, what should technically be illegal, very predatory practices.
Yeah.
And at the same time, absolute ridiculous retconning of the entirety of the story, which, you know, is really, really sad to see because it had such a good introduction to the game. Yeah, an actually moment.
Actually, chat?
I just got an Infinity Nikki ad on this. That is what is the funniest part of all this.
At that point, you're better off playing a Hoyo game. Chat, I don't. Okay, so this is kind of this is a thought that I had. And when I look at what is happening with the practices of Black Beacon and Infinity Nikki, it is kind of hard to say, but like, dude, is Hoyoverse really that bad? I'm just saying, chat. We might not. The only thing we don't get is IRL events. I would like it. I mean, I would like my McDonald's to sell Zenless Zone Zero stuff, and you know, KFC to have a big cutout of face shout that I may or may not be taking. But it's like, bro, at least the game works. At least what cost us 160 to pull here cost 160 to pull for that guy who's in China. I love China. I love going. I want to go to Anhui, China. It's like, bro, the game is the same on both ends. And in fact, Kuro Games with PGR is giving us an insane amount of content so we can catch up to China. Like, dude, maybe the Big Four isn't that bad. That's all I'm saying.
On both of the videos that I did, both the Infinity Nikki videos that I did, okay? Let me see, this one specific, this will be fine. Look at these comments, chat. The absolute irony in these comments, chat. I got an ad for Infinity Nikki before this video. I got an Infinity Nikki ad before.
Chat, if you get an Infinity Nikki ad when you watch this video, please comment.
For this.
Please
Before
tell
the video
me.
began, I got an Infinity Nikki ad. Haha, got an Infinity Nikki ad to start the video. I got an Infinity
That's the
Nikki
new
ad
standard
while
for
watching
gachas,
this. I got
a functional
entire
working
channel,
app.
The comment section for all these videos, for all the Infinity Nikki videos that I'm doing, chat, they are being spammed with Infinity Nikki ads.
Oh no, bro.
I'm cashing out. I am! Dude, not only are the Infinity Nikki videos doing phenomenally, once again, it's almost 30,000. This one's gonna hit over 30,000 easily.
Can't even call Black Beacon functional. It doesn't even have a PC port. It legitimately doesn't have. It didn't even
are going to my
fully
videos
come
and
to
they're
America.
marking them as videos that they want to advertise their game on.
Dude, imagine opening up a video. You get an Infinity Nikki ad, and the first thing that comes up is, "Wow, this game sucks."
Funniest part of this entire thing is their ads are.
Yo, give me a sponsorship for Infinity Nikki. I'm gonna play it on stream, but I'm gonna say it sucks the entire time.
Which means they are paying me. They are physically giving me money to address all of this publicly in front of literally over 500 people. and then in front of 30, 50, 100,000 people in the form of videos. Okay, Annie linked me. This was posted 10 minutes ago.
I play Black King on my phone and it works, but not having a PC port 2025 is a
Shut
choice.
up and give us more money. All right, chat, let's take a look. Holy, you're...
A reminder that the discussion of boycotting as well as discussing external conflicts is against the rules. Do not discuss boycotts or game uninstallation. While constructive criticism regarding the game is allowed, do remember that the server is of organization and encouraging boycotts or encouraging others to uninstall.
You're kidding. Reminder that discussion of boycotting as well as discussing external conflict is against server rules. Do not discuss boycotts or game uninstallation. While constructive criticism regarding the game is allowed, do remember that this server is not a place for organizing or encouraging boycotts nor encouraging others to uninstall the game. Messages that break this rule will be removed. Do not discuss boycotts. Do not discuss uninstalling the game as a direct result of all the drama going on. That is fucking wild. God damn.
I can't believe that,
and people are giving them thumbs up? Really? I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have.
Chat, shout out to Stix. I gotta say, it's kind of a weird thing to happen when you make Hoyoverse look good. Like, I don't know, from a game not having a PC port to completely breaking the game and increasing pity. I don't know what strat you're going for, but it definitely isn't bringing in new players. You don't want a future is what I'm hearing. You want to just like cash out one more time and that's going to be the last patch you're going to have. Anyways, chat, let me know how you guys feel. Let me know if you get an Infinity Nikki ad on this video. Chat, comment, like, subscribe, and I will catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.